Clams. Good? The whole...
All right. I just have a couple of footnotes. I really apologize. I guess I was talking too much. Chris told me I could talk as long as I wanted, but it really wasn't true. First of all, the linguine Kelly found
At Lidl.
at Lidl.
Yep, it's a bronze cut.
Really awesome. I mean, it's the best that I've ever had.
It was $1.39.
Anyway, it's number 811 linguine bronze cut.
Semolina flour. Bronze cut has more texture to it, so it holds the sauces better and stuff, so it's a good one.
It really did. The other thing that I did not get to, I do add wine, I mentioned that, but I also add parsley, a little bit of oregano at the very, very end, and basil, fresh if you get it. And so those things I didn't get to with that batch, but that's all in.
That's in what you ate.
What you just ate. So
You did good.
I'm done.
He's done, but I'm going to give him some jobs because our next journey on the Seafood Fest is crab cakes, and we are going to make some crab cakes tonight. Yay! Again, we're getting ready. It's almost Memorial Day
Want me to open
weekend,
this?
and yeah, sure, Dad. That's great. This is
It's fancy.
claw meat. And again, this was a Lidl find. You know, I'm like a grocery store. I'm a grocery store addict. It's okay. I can say it. I go all over the places, and I'm always looking for good quality food. And so, this can of crab, and I don't know how many of you have shopped for crab. This is $13.99, which is a great deal. I think it's on sale this week because everybody's heading down the shore doing seafood things, and so this was $13.99. Normally, they're $20 is on the low end. Sometimes they're $40. It depends on where you're shopping. This is claw meat. Jumbo lump is obviously $40. But this is great for crab cakes because you're going to put other things in the bowl with that. So crab cakes are like similar to making tuna. How many of you make tuna? Yeah, everybody makes tuna. And how many of you make crab cakes? Right, so there might be 2 more steps in crab cakes and you cook them, so that's, I guess, an extra step. But as far as ingredients go, it's pretty simple and benign. So you take a can of crab meat, okay, and then we are going to take some spices. And so who's familiar with Old Bay? Everybody loves Old Bay, right? So that's a staple in your crab cake. And I do a little dill. Now this is my addition to this. Some people don't do dill. I do. I really enjoy dill, so I like it. And I put it in a lot of things.
Do we know what Old Bay is from?
Do you know what Old Bay is from?
I have no idea.
Really? Wait.
Hunt Valley, Maryland.
There you go. Oh, it probably
So I guess
was
it's Chesapeake.
Yep, Old Bay. There you go.
Okay.
Now you know.
Go ahead.
We did also get a footnote on the pizza, the pizza and spaghetti comment. Pizza was actually originated in Italy. It was the spaghetti that was not originated, or the spaghetti was an Asian thing. So this is onion powder, and we also are going to use some garlic powder. And again, I know that this is probably more steps that you take for tuna, but it's easy to come together. And then we're going to do a little parsley. And then I use panko breadcrumbs in here because they're a little bit denser and they're crispier and they add a lot of like texture to the crab cake itself, because crab cakes can be a little mushy. They're not really supposed to be mushy. They're supposed to have, like feel like you're eating actual meat and not pudding that's been toasted. So we're gonna add some breadcrumbs, and I don't know, let's call it half a cup. I'm not, okay, Dad, so here's your job. You want to chop up some green onion for me?
Sure.
Just like.
We saving that hairy stuff?
Chop to here maybe, right there. Chop to right there. So technical here. So you'll see, what are you doing with that?
What? I was going to cut the ends off.
Well, we're going to use those for soup stock. But just go to where your hand is, that's plenty.
Oh,
All right.
really?
Yeah, we don't need a lot.
Now, should I chop these Kelly size or pop size?
No, you just leave them like that.
That's big enough?
Yeah, that's
Small?
good. That's perfect.
Okay.
Good. So the thing about scallions is they add a nice onion flavor without biting you back. So you know that like raw red onion, raw white onion will bite you back. And some people enjoy that, but a lot of people do not. This is a much more mild onion flavor. And the great thing about these guys is there's a lot of little pieces inside of this. So this is going to break up into like 3 different circles, you know, and so you get a lot of bang for your buck here. So we're going to just throw these in here. I like to, when I want a little onion flavor but not a ton, I'll go with a chive or a green onion because I feel like it adds a lot without, you know, being offensive in any way. And we need an egg.
Hey, can I use this?
You can do it.
Oh, you want it in there?
Yeah. Didn't you ever make crab cakes before? Maybe not.
Well, it's sort of like meatballs.
Yeah, it is. Oh yeah, that's it. Is meatball-esque. You want to give me that? Here you go. We're gonna take half of that, cut it in half.
That way half?
Sure. And you're gonna put it in here. I'm teaching my. Look at all the things you're learning.
She just loves bossing me around.
Yes.
Christine.
That started 48 years ago.
It's true. It's true. All right. Good job, Dad.
I think her first full sentence was, "Don't talk to me that way, boy."
Probably was. And I meant every word of it. He likes to tell that story all the time. So then I also zest about half a lemon into it because it really brightens it. So because this is a fried seafood thing, I like it to have some brightness to it. Not my fingernail, of course. It'd be horrible. It really develops the flavor. And then we're going to add a bit of mayonnaise. And so when you have something like a cake, you're going to add things to kind of create filler, but also this binds it. It helps stick it together. So, and for those of you who don't know mayonnaise is eggs. It's eggs and oil. That's what's in it, and vinegar. And if you want to be really fancy and make your own mayonnaise, you certainly could do that. And the one thing that I forgot one thing that's like my favorite ingredient to put in crab cakes. Tarragon. Takes it like next level. And everybody has their version. My uncle made when my parents had a restaurant, my uncle was part of the team there and he had a culinary background and I'm going to add more breadcrumbs just because it's a little liquidy. And you'll get this is just like the meatballs. I'm sorry, you people, I feel like you're on a repeat episode, right? Oh, just put a little of this, a little of that.
Finish your uncle's story.
Anyway, he put bacon. What? My uncle would put bacon in his crab cakes, which obviously bacon makes everything taste good, but if you're somebody that doesn't eat meat, you don't expect bacon to be in your crab cake.
He also used artificial crab meat.
He did. He used imitation crab meat, which we did not. One of my friends who was coming tonight, and she wasn't able to get here, but her daughter is deathfully allergic to imitation crab meat, which is the fish surimi. And so we try not to bring it around her ever because she gets... But you could do a combination. If you wanted to do a little imitation crab meat with the real crab meat, that'll certainly knock the price down. Because if you're making crab cakes for a ton of people now, I love all of you, so I made it with all crab meat. There's no surimi in sight here. There's 30 crab cakes in the lobby waiting for you. So you just, same as meatballs, pack them up. And this one, I did do golf ball size. Is it on? Mm-hmm. These are golf ball size. And because you, believe it or not, that's a nice appetizer. It's a nice, if you want to make dinner, make them double the size. Salad, pasta, potatoes, whatever you want to do. You could do like a seafood boil, make corn, especially this time of year. But this is like, you can make these ahead of time. They travel really well. They save really well overnight. So if you want to cook them, bring them down the shore with you and heat them up when you're there so you can like enjoy your vacation and not be in the kitchen the whole time. This is a nice option. So, questions?
In case you don't want to spend 3 hours making the clams, you can bring the
It's
crab
true.
cakes
Bring
in.
crab cakes. How many people are heading to the shore this weekend for Memorial Day weekend? Yeah. It's a tradition. It's certainly a Jersey Shore tradition. It's when the season starts, right? our juice girl here, right in the front, our goddess of wellness, had a business down the shore for years, and she knows very well the migration of the New Jersey people into the shore business. Right? Memorial Day and 4th of July weekend, look out.
I'd get nervous by Christmas today.
Exactly. Oh, God. I'm hoping the weather's going to be nice this weekend. What do you know?
I didn't look at it.
Okay, well, here's the problem right now. My father loves weather more than anything. And he was one of the first people to watch the Weather Channel. I'm not kidding. It was on in our house 24/7. I knew more about high and low pressure systems by the time I was 8 years old than anybody I know. I knew how to draw them. I knew how to talk about them. And I would know the percentage of rain for that day. Always. Right, Dad?
Yeah, and she wanted Jim Cantori to be her confirmation sponsor, too. He wasn't
Well,
buying
Jim
it.
looks like he's going to be a personal trainer. I was like, who? That's a weather guy? My dad has Bocelli on in the background of this. This episode is being sponsored by Andrea Bocelli. He doesn't know that, so don't tell him. But we are using him in the background. But it has created such a mellow vibe in the studio tonight. So everybody's just kind of chilled out, bellies full of pasta. And so everything in the crab cake is already cooked except for the egg. The crab meat is cooked already. So it's really just a matter of browning it, bringing it to temperature. Oh my God, I'm going out of here with fourth degree burns tonight, no doubt. And they don't take very long. I mean, you're here. We're doing this live together. We don't have Dan's meatball fork. We have the spoon. The spoon. Dan was telling us a funny story about a fork his mother used for meatballs. It was like the fork she loved, made out of German steel. And that's what she used to cook with. So yeah, so these are like beginning to end. These are going to be done in like 5 to 7 minutes. Like once you turn these guys, they're going to brown. A few more minutes there. I'll plate some out so you can see what they look like. We'll finish up this batch and then we're going to eat crab cakes. So this is an
Want some
easy.
plates?
Yeah, I have them.
Oh,
It's way ahead of myself. Yes, Benny.
What do you recommend to be with it?
Oh, a nice salad is good because these are kind of heavy. So they're fried. They have mayonnaise in them. They're a heavy food. So I like to do a nice salad or like a cucumber salad would be really good.
coleslaw.
Coleslaw would be also really good. A lot of people do French fries, but that's also a little bit heavy. But yeah, I'm trying to think. Some people do them as a seafood boil. So you do the crab cakes and corn, tomatoes, sliced tomatoes, and potatoes, like boiled potatoes. That's a little bit lighter than a French fry, but yeah. Anybody who likes? I know it smells good, right? Anybody love crab cakes here? Yay. I'm going to show you what these look like when they're done. Okay, so they don't take long. And what I mean by the like tuna analogy is, it's seafood mixed with mayonnaise and a couple things, and all you do is make a patty and throw it in a pan. It's not nearly as complicated as people think it might be, and it's something that people like really usually respond to and like. Now you could get real fancy and stuff this into mushrooms and put it in the oven, and you can also, you can also put these in the air fryer or the oven. So if you want to put them on a sheet pan and stick them in the oven, that's fine too.
Then you don't get any burns?
You don't get any burns.
Jeez.
You can certainly do that. And I used to do that in California, Christine. Remember, we used to make them we made them with imitation crab meat because there was no way we could afford it then. Yeah, we were too broke to do that. So, all right.
Now, someone asked me during the break before about the recipes, and all these recipes are posted on the Gourmet Mama website.
Facebook page, yep.
Facebook page?
Yeah, our Facebook page. Well, but we are developing a website. The website will have the episodes on it. We'll have some recipes on it, and some just like tips and some grocery store stuff. Since I like to shop so much and it's like a thing now because, you know, it's just hard to kind of feed your family at a reasonable amount of money if you don't want to eat junk. And so I'm constantly on the lookout for good deals and great places to shop that have good quality food for great prices. And so I would like to be able to share that maybe weekly with people that would need that or want that. So that will be on the website and the Facebook page.
We had a test run show about with corned beef
Yes.
and it was
Sponsored by the grocery outlet, and those guys are great. You know,
Right.
you just can't. I like to call them like the TJ Maxx of grocery stores because you can get some great things there, but just not everything there because that's not what they do. They're like a clearance store.
and they're opening in Medford.
They are opening. They're a franchise,
Right
model.
next to Iliano's.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So if you've had a chance to stop by the grocery outlet, we worked with the ones that are in Delran, and they were great. And they're new owner-operators there. And they have some great deals. Great deals on meat, great deals on specialty items, organic things, supplements. Like, they have a lot of options. So if you haven't been there yet, you should give it a try. And this is cooking real fast. All right. We're going to move on to the next.
Good job.